Now we'll look at how an update statement is used within the context of the PHP code that makes up the CRUD application. Here's update album SQL, and within this function is the update statement in SQL, update album, set title equals question mark, artist equals question mark, label equals question mark, released equals question mark, where ID equals question mark. And so all these question marks, we have 5 of them this time, will be replaced by data in the execute call, just as we've done before. In this case, we have a where clause with the ID, and that's important because update needs to know which records to update in the database. You'll recall that in update you want to make sure that you have a where clause because otherwise it will simply update every row in the table. So in this case we're isolating a particular row in the table with an ID column. The ID column is the primary key for the table. We have the query variable. It's got the SQL in it. It gets sent to the prepare function call for the database. And then the execute call has title, artist, label, released, and ID. And these are in the same order that the question marks appear within the SQL. Title, artist, label, released, and ID. So when the query gets executed, those variables will be replaced into the question mark placeholders, and the SQL statement will be updated properly, and the database will get updated in the right row, and everything will be happy. Update track SQL is pretty much the same. Difference is it's using the track table, of course. And it has 3 places for the data and 1 for the ID. And in this case, it's the track ID. And that isolates the particular row in the track table. And it has the data here in the execute track number, title, duration, and ID. And those correspond to these 4 question marks: track number, title, duration, and ID. So there we have our SQL for the update functions in the context of the PHP code that makes up the CRUD application.